We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you some breaking news. There's been reports all over the area of something crazy going on, something big. People's homes, their minds even, are being taken over by something called, what is it they're calling it? They're calling it Bad Movie Debate.
What up, nerds? It's me, Jacob Bad with Bad Movie Debate, and we're here to do a debate episode. We got Nick Offenbach. Say what up.
I think it's going to be more of a discussion.
It's more of a discussion, but it's called Bad Movie Debate.
Yeah,
and I'm not rebranding now.
It's going to be Bad Movie Discussion with
today.
Nick Offenbach today.
Yeah, more so
that because we never are hard and cut on the movies we've done.
Never usually.
Because we did the Dragon one, we were just like, that sucked.
Yeah, that one was tough.
That was a bad one.
I had a lot of fun finding shit to talk about the core though when we did that one. That was a lot of fun.
You're a disgrace. It was a great movie.
It was so easy.
It is an easy
There's
one.
literally a shot where Aaron Eckhart, they're all going whoa, this way, and he misses the cue and he just goes and turns away the wrong way, and it's in the movie. They use that cut. They use that take.
It's good. There needs to be a phrase for movies that aren't good but are enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, it's probably a German word for it. They have words for every little thing. Oh, my internet's being weird.
Oh, yeah,
you probably won't be able to find it.
It's the Dark Ages.
I know. It's okay. It's fine. So we're doing The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, the 2013 Ben Stiller one, right?
When did the first one come out?
I wish I could look it up. The 50s or 60s, and it was a little bit different of a plot. It wasn't exactly the same kind of a story, but about a guy who daydreams a lot in fantastical ways about how his life is kind of mid, and then he does ABC XYZ until it's not.
Yeah.
So basic theme basically, and then they just changed some stuff. But 40s or 50s or something. I don't know. I can't look. I usually would check. We don't have a Jamie to look it up for us, unfortunately.
Austin!
Her phone's not working either. So in honor of that, or because of that, we're doing fucking check the koozies, bro.
The koozies are sweet.
You get to keep that. You were like, I don't want to be on video, and I was about to be like, well, then you don't get a koozie, dude.
The video is weird.
It's fine. The government already has your face. It's fine.
That's true.
They have all of our faces. We're doing our top 5 remake movies, right? Yeah. And do you have your 5 ready?
Yeah,
you said
I didn't know this was a remake.
You walked in and went, oh yeah, because I looked it up the other day and I was like, hey, the first thing I saw is this is a remake. Let's do remake movies.
Yeah,
and you came in
easy.
as I was setting up and you were like, I got to find my movies. Did you find them?
Yeah, I did.
Hell yeah. Let's hit
and
it.
I won't count Dune 1 and 2 as 2 different movies, but that's probably top of the list on my remakes.
Hell yeah.
The other ones are unwatchable. Literally.
Okay.
Am I going all at once? And then are we alternating?
Nah.
Okay.
All you.
And then Scarface, which I didn't know was a remake.
That's right. Yeah, I always forget that. Yeah.
I also did not know that The Departed was a remake.
I didn't either. That one's on my list too.
The Departed was great.
So yeah, what Internal Affairs is what it was.
Like that.
An Asian movie, because I was looking into it. I was like, damn, that's literally that's it. That is a remake.
Yeah.
There is no way it's not a remake.
And then 310 to Yuma.
That. Oh yeah,
with what's his name?
The one
Christian
Bale.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. That's a good
I did like that
movie.
One. And then Ocean's 11. I feel like it's a cop out, but
I mean that one's on my list too. So it is what it is.
I feel like there'd be some overlap.
I mean, there's not a lot of great remakes out there. Usually the original ones are better.
And I need to watch
depends.
Scarface again.
The Al Pacino?
Yeah.
It's been a really long time for me
forever. Because my mom wouldn't let me watch R-rated movies till I was 17.
Yeah.
And
the government tells you to.
Yeah, exactly. And so when I turned 17, I was like, I'm watching every R-rated movie in the house. There's nothing you can do. And it's that was the last time I saw Scarface and then American Psycho. I don't remember any of them.
I don't remember either of them. I haven't seen American Psycho in a while either. It's good, but it's I
know mostly through. I'm like, oh, I remember that, but I think I just remember it from memes.
It's a very memeable movie, especially
now. The business card thing.
Yeah, the business card thing is so good, dude.
I've just seen it with cat pictures. And
it's so good.
It's good.
It's somehow a very memeable movie, which is hilarious. Pretty solid list. Again, some overlap. The Departed, I put that on there. Had no idea until the other night. Ocean's 11, I knew that one. The Clooney Pitt one is just so fucking good. It's so good. And now this is where we deviate. So Nightmare Alley,
never even heard of it.
So there's one from the 40s, which is really good. And then Guillermo del Toro just did one with Bradley Cooper and a good number of other people.
Is it like a horror thing?
No, it's not a horror movie. It's a so the original one is like
There's
a straight
like three
up.
people you mentioned. I'm like, I'll watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is. It's like the original one is like a straight up classic black and white like noir crime movie.
Yeah,
like and stuff. Stuff about the circus and stuff, and like freak shows and everything, and like all that kind of stuff. It's pretty wild, honestly, for the time it came out. And then Guillermo del Toro just remade it like 3 or 4 years ago now.
I've never heard of it. It's got Bradley Cooper in it too.
Got Bradley Cooper and Kate Blanchett. And
Guillermo del Toro, he did Sicario, right? No, he didn't.
No,
he was in Sicario, though, right? Who's the guy?
Maybe. No, they were Benicio del Toro.
That's what I'm
Benicio
thinking of,
del Toro. No, Guillermo del Toro did Pan's Labyrinth and like all those movies.
Pan's Labyrinth
Fucks. The movie
it's so good.
Yeah, whenever a foreign movie like episode comes up, that's on my list.
That
for
one
top
is City
5.
of God.
Yes,
City of
exactly.
God. Yeah, man. I watched Pan's Labyrinth not too long ago. No, like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was the same time frame. It was like, oh, you can't watch R-rated movies till you're 17. I watched that one and I was like, that was a boring movie.
Yeah.
And then I watched it again and I was just like,
you're like,
this movie's so good.
Oh my god.
So good.
Oh my god. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That movie's so fucking good. Yeah, Nightmare Alley. It's really good.
Yeah.
The first one is the original one is about crime. I would say this one is about sin.
Okay.
Which is the
little
distinction.
deeper.
Both are good, but they're telling almost the exact same story verbatim, except for the ends.
Yeah.
But the way it's like presented is like this one's just about breaking the law, and this one's like, are you going to go to hell?
Morality.
Yeah,
Kinda
more of a moral story.
Yeah.
It's really good. I think you might like it. And then I got The Thing. John Carpenter's
Checks out.
Thing.
Yep.
So fucking good. First one's great. I have the laser disc of it. I don't think it's not, you can't see it, but the laser disc of it up on the wall. The original one, The Thing from Another World.
Is that Castle?
It is.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
right? He gave it to Austin and I for our wedding.
Nice.
And stuff, which is, yeah, it's awesome. I told him, I was like, hey, peep the show, it's in there. And he was like, no fucking way. He was super jazzed. And then Nosferatu, the new one that just came out.
Nice.
Like, I was like, there's no fucking
coming.
way I can't put this one on here.
coming.
It's so fucking good. Every iteration of Nosferatu is incredible. It's so fucking good.
I haven't seen it.
I'll
see it.
I don't know if you'll love it. I think you'll like it, but I don't think you'll hate it. I have no clue. Honestly,
That's fair.
You should see
Honestly,
it, let me
most
know.
of the time I watch a movie, I have no idea if I'll like it or hate it. Even like I'm picky.
Even while actively watching
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Like you have to
Because
sit
every
on
movies
it.
I'm like, that movie sucked. And the next day I'm like, that's actually pretty good.
Like you just said with Pan's Labyrinth, you were like,
Yeah,
you
but
were
that was like I was
"Ugh."
17 to being like 30.
Yeah, and it was in Spanish most of the time.
Yeah,
it was like, yeah.
come on.
Yeah, it took me a while to be
City
like,
of God's
no,
still great though. That's been consistently great.
that one's always been
That was good.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah. God. Yeah, just let me know when you watch Nosferatu. I'll stop talking about it.
Okay.
All right, I literally did a whole 30-minute review episode. I don't need to go into it. Find that on all the places. So for this one, Secret Life of Walter Mitty, 2013, the Ben Stiller one, who directed it.
Ben Stiller.
He directed it and
so.
stars in it. Some other guy adapted it, wrote it, whatever. So Rotten Tomatoes score 52 from the critics, right down the middle. Audience 71.
But IMDb rated it pretty well.
A 7.3, which is
Yeah.
one of, if not the highest scores for IMDb for any movie I've done on this show.
Yeah, IMDb
which
was interesting.
I was shocked by that.
Because what's the Daniel Radcliffe one where he's the Nazi?
Oh, Imperium?
Yeah.
Oh, God, what a movie.
Because I got like a 6.8 or something.
Yeah, which is
and we
insane.
watched it and we were like, that was a pretty damn good movie.
Yeah, we're like, no, that movie is amazing.
But he's still just like always Harry Potter. He can't break it.
I think he breaks it in that one.
Kind of.
It's pretty wild.
It's pretty wild, but it's still just like, damn, Harry Potter infiltrated the Nazis.
It is also very funny being like, yo, low-key
But
Harry
even like
Potter
Swiss Army
is-
Man, I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Elijah Wood, I feel like kind of broke out of Frodo.
He did a little bit better of a job. Robert Pattinson broke out of Edward easy.
Yeah, easy.
I forget that he is Edward.
Because those movies are forgettable.
Yeah, I mean they
Like,
are, but like
They're a period piece.
and just the stuff he's done since is
Yeah.
like he's doing some buckwild shit.
He
He's
was
Batman
Cedric
now.
Diggory.
Yeah,
He
which
held on
was
to that one.
my boy, my boy. Yeah, he'll never lose that. He's
No.
more Cedric Diggory than he is Edward.
I agree
in
with
my
that.
opinion. And then Metacritic 54 for their critics and users 7.7. which is insanely high for them too. I feel
Yeah,
like.
I noticed this like when I was looking up this movie to do it again. It was very much like critics were like,
Yeah, mid.
and people were like, yeah,
Like, yeah, it's all right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about it overall. But I think this.
I think that will lead interestingly into how we discussed this though.
Fair. I have a really good. My bad quote is really interesting too. We'll do the good quote first, and then I'll tell you. I have 2 bad quotes, I guess. So the good quote from the critic reviews, Ollie Richards for Empire Magazine said, quote, "As a director, this feels like Stiller's moment. Mitty is a film that bravely rejects cynicism. In many ways, it's the new Forrest Gump. Go with it, and it is, in all senses, wonderful," end quote.
That's a good review.
Yeah, this guy said this is the new Forrest Gump movie. He's
bold.
like, and like, I'm like, that's intense.
Yeah.
But this guy fucking loved this movie.
I mean, I disagree with that.
I disagree with that too.
It's not long enough.
It's not fucking Forrest Gump.
No, it's not.
You know
Forrest
what I
Gump.
mean? Like, that's the craziest part.
Yeah.
The rest of his thing, I'm like, okay, yeah, just go with it. It is what it is. Like,
Yeah.
and it's okay. It's the new Forrest Gump. It's kind of bold. So the first bad quote, I didn't write who wrote it because it was just. I usually try to go for the shortest, meanest ones because I just think they're funny.
Nice.
This one was a little more poignant.
Anonymous user.
And like, yeah, exactly. It was for RogerEbert.com, if that tells you anything. Pretty pretentious website.
Yeah.
Even though I read it a lot. But it literally, I don't know what the guy's name was, but it says, "I hated this movie," was the entire quote on Rotten Tomatoes. And I was like, okay, let's take a chill pill, brother.
Not to like jump the gun on this, and I don't want to like ruin the argument of whatever statement on this, is because it's one of those movies that I can see why someone would hate it.
Yes. I totally get why someone would be like, fuck this movie.
Yeah, and like again, I don't want to like jump to the gun of the end of the argument here, because
there's plenty of talked about.
Yeah, I want to argue that it's a good movie, but it is so much easier to poke holes in than it is to defend, in my opinion, because there are some holes. And like, if we're gonna argue this movie based on like the standard of like my favorite thing to make fun of, like Citizen Kane, like we're gonna argue this on the like, oh well, the this is this, and there's the continuity here and here. Like it's pretty easy to poke holes in it.
Yeah.
But like
in terms
the
of
overall
like
like
plot and filmmaking and stuff like that.
Yeah, but the overall like vibe of the movie and the message of the movie,
yeah,
I'm like, this is great.
I like the message a lot.
Yeah, and I like the vibe of the movie. It's very airy.
Yeah. It's whimsical.
It is whimsical. I think it's got a pretty good lesson on it. But like, I just like, this is the one because Antine loved it.
Oh wow,
yeah, she loved it. She was like, I love that movie.
Okay.
But the thing that drove me absolutely insane is the end. And again, I am arguing for this movie. Yeah, I think,
and I'll be poking holes as
it's easy to poke holes in, because like this is the one that drove me crazy. It's because you're at the very end, which I don't know if we should argue from the beginning or the end. I don't know.
Oh, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, the very end, he's like, "Oh, I'm hiking through like the Himalayas," and he's going on this like epic giant journey to go find Sean Penn, which I think is really funny. That it's Sean Penn.
Yeah, it's fucking Sean Penn, and his name is Sean in the movie too.
I know, it's great. like A+.
Kind of wild.
And just Sean Penn.
It's Sean Penn.
But like
Sean Penn.
Yeah. It's just hilarious. It's Sean Penn. Mysterious. I don't have a phone.
Exactly. It's very funny.
It's like, oh, is he in Ukraine again?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I mean, he literally has to go like give cake to warlords.
Yeah, he goes to Afghanistan. It's great. Again, awesome. But he goes through all this like giant track. He's like, oh, I'm photographing snow leopards. It's a moment. And then he's like, oh, it's a moment. I'll keep it to myself. And then they like look over and like 300 yards, they're playing soccer.
Yeah, if even.
It's like,
yeah, it's ridiculous.
I was like, what?
They're so close. It takes them like probably 2 minutes to get down and go play soccer.
I'm like, I was expecting like at least there to be like, oh, it's like a monastery.
Yeah.
Like a Himalayan, like, you know, I don't know if monastery is the right word, but like, you know, something like that. But it's like, it's just like a big plateau where they're playing soccer.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and they're supposed to be just like over there on the mountain, and a really hard to find and photograph snow leopard is just casually walking around.
I remember looking like when that happened, I was like, that's stupid.
That is stupid. I wrote that down too, and I was like, and also it was like, he's not gonna take a picture of the snow leopard so he can just have this moment. What a fucking douchebag. Like, what a, like, that's so pretentious.
I understand it, though.
It's so pretentious.
I
I
understand
don't care.
it.
Your job is to be a photographer. Take a couple quick shots and then sit in the moment and enjoy it and be like, oh, I could have gotten a better picture if I kept taking photos. There's your moment. Just take a fucking photo.
I kind of like it.
I hate it.
I
hated
liked
that
it.
too.
I liked it. I
but
understood
more
it.
importantly, the fact that they were just like right there next to a soccer field.
Yeah,
basically.
people are playing
Yeah.
soccer and yelling, and there's like a snow. Like, no, that's
Well,
what
that snow
is going
leopard
on?
would be not anywhere fucking around there.
Yeah.
No, that was ridiculous. That was
the
absolutely
one that I
absurd.
was like, actually just like, damn.
Okay. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Real quick. So the actual bad quote, and I think you'll like.
Oh, we didn't even get past the back.
Well,
I'm
I
sorry.
went to the. Oh, you're good. I had the one from RogerEbert.com that was just like, I hated this movie. But this one, I think you'll. I wanted to use this one because I think it's kind of describes what we're already talking about.
Yeah.
It's from this is a. I'm gonna butcher this name. I'm sorry. Bilgi Ibari for New York Magazine / Vulture. It says, quote, exquisitely produced, immaculately acted, and thoroughly uninvolving. The Secret Life of Walter Mitty is a perfect nothing of a movie. Like, and the way I take that is like, it's looks great, it feels great, it's fine, but there's just not a lot really going on. That like it's not in it's uninvolved. Like,
I think there's not,
like, I don't know, like I kind of get what he's saying.
Disagree with him.
You disagree? It's just
I don't think there's
like
not a lot going on.
A perfect nothing of a movie, because like I was like, I'm watching this movie, I'm engaged, but by the time it ended, I was like, okay, like, you know, like I got the message. I think it was a decent message. It was a good message.
So what is your interpretation of the message?
Well, it's about, I mean, like, well, again, cut to the end. You got Adam Scott, the douchebag guy with the beard, who's like, he's like, oh, get me, you know, negative number 25 and stuff. And then he's like, he finally gets it, and he like,
I do think
is
the wallet
pitching-
thing was funny.
the what?
Where he's like, it's in the wallet.
Oh,
And he's like, just what's your problem?
okay, that pissed me off, honestly, but we'll get to that. It says like, they're like, okay, so like for the last issue, the cover is, it's going to be the end of life and stuff. And so like the whole message is like about like, it's not the end, like, you know what I mean? It's all about like life and like doing stuff with your life. Cause like Walter, all the eHarmony stuff, which I think it's hilarious that it was Patton Oswalt who was his guy. And so
dude,
I
when he
love
gets-
Patton
They're
Oswalt.
like, do you know anyone in LA?
And he's like, I do actually. Yeah.
And he's like,
He's
I
like,
thought that
no
was
fucking way.
hilarious.
I love Patton Oswalt, so that made
Yeah.
me very happy.
That was the funniest part
I
of the
thought that
movie
was
in my
great.
thought,
yeah,
yeah.
and like their whole little, like they just have lunch real quick and stuff was great.
Just how they tied him back
yeah,
into it.
exactly.
I was like, nice.
Because the whole time I was like, just to digress for a second, I was like, this eHarmony thing is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Because I had never seen this movie, and I was like, this is stupid. Like, why does he keep calling this fucking guy like this? But then they tie it back in that way, and I was like, it's Patton Oswalt. It's fine. It's fine. It's
You're like,
fine.
I get it.
was like, I get it now. But yeah, so like Adam Scott's character is like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna like this is the cover. It's black and white, and it says the end of life. It's the last physical issue, and that's what the cover is gonna be. And it's all like about like the message is like about living life and stuff. Like he never had anything to write in his eHarmony thing because he never done anything, and then he goes and does something, and he finds purpose in life and like what adventure means to life and how it makes a fulfilling life, and it gives you confidence and stuff. And like the end of life, and it's like, no, like here's what the actual photo is. It's him making like looking at photos outside of the Time Life
so were you
like I get about it's like live life to the fullest and stuff like, and I got that, but like that's how I took it.
I think it's some of that.
Okay, well, what did you think it was? Because like I was just like, yeah, okay, like I've seen this movie before, like I've gotten that message before.
I think
kind
I'm
of
on
thing.
par with what you're saying and agree with it, but almost like in the same vein, but like I'm a little bit too like we're going the same direction, but I'm just like over here.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a dovetail.
Yeah, but not necessarily as like so he's the whole time he's in this like boring job he's doing.
Okay, no, his job's rad as fuck.
Whatever. He doesn't like his job.
Okay.
He doesn't dislike his job, but it is boring.
It is
It's mundane. It's the
day
same
to
thing.
day. It's boring. Yes.
Day to day, he's doing the same thing.
Sure.
Blah blah blah. He's doing this. It's this. Oh, big companies coming to take over. Yada yada yada. And the whole time he's having these visions These daydreams,
Mm-hmm.
which I thought the daydreams were like a little out of hand at the beginning.
I wrote down like in the first like 20 or so minutes, there's like 3 really intense daydream sequences, and I was like, so are we just gonna keep doing this the entire time?
I was kind of like, this is too much. Like the one where he's got like the water skis on the concrete, and it turns into like the Avengers thing. I was like, okay,
with the Stretch Armstrong toy and stuff like that. Yeah, that's where I was like, all right, we gotta pace ourselves on these a little bit. Yeah,
he hasn't done anything. And then he's constantly have these daydreams of like what he wishes he was.
Right.
And then girl shows up, blah, blah, blah. And then he's just like, okay, well, like, I'm just going to go find Sean Penn.
Yeah. She's like, just go look for him.
Like Greenland. Jokingly go to Greenland. And then he goes to Greenland and he starts just like doing things.
Yeah.
And I think it's a lot. There's kind of a message of like, just start doing what you want to be.
Yeah. I mean,
Not that, like,
there is that. Yeah.
Like life is boring. It's more of this like, okay, well, like you have all these visions of what you want to be. Just start doing it.
Yeah. Just
go.
do it now. Yeah. Cause they find him and his sister and his mom find his travel journal his dad gave him.
Yeah.
And it's completely empty because he never went and stuff. Like, yeah. I think that's definitely a part of what the message is. For sure. Like, I feel like it's like, I don't know. I was just kind of like, I don't know. I get that, but like playing devil's advocate here as the person who's taking the negative, it's a bad movie side of the argument. Like, so all it took was like a girl to be remotely interested in him and tell him like, hey, go do that thing. And then he goes and does it finally and stuff. Like, that's kind of,
I feel like,
you know what you get what I'm saying. I'm not saying like that was what the point
I get what you're saying,
was,
but like think about this. This guy is on eHarmony.
Yeah.
He's trying to meet someone. He's clearly older in life.
Yeah.
We'll say how old do you think he probably is in that movie? He's been working at the same company for 16 years is what they said.
Yeah.
So let's say he's...
And to get a job at like Life magazine.
So we'll say he's 40.
Yeah, 40s-ish, yeah.
So like, if you get a girl and no one's ever looked at you and you're 40 years old and this girl's like, hey, you should do something, and you're into her, you might actually jump out of a helicopter.
Yeah, which was crazy.
So
I
like,
can't believe he actually did that.
Like, so I don't think it's that far-fetched.
No, it's not, but like, I've
done some dumb shit in the past. Like,
I mean, yeah, like we all have. That's a whole different podcast.
Like, looking at me.
Yeah, that's a whole different podcast.
But you see what I'm saying? So I don't think it's that far-fetched for him to be like, okay, well, I'm just going to go to Greenland.
I mean, sure, yeah, but like, I mean, he has the resources, I guess, to do it and stuff. Like at the same time, because like,
he's never done it, so he needs that push.
So going,
yeah, and the eHarmony guy's like, you haven't done anything with your life. Like, I got nothing to put here. So yeah, I guess there are two people kind of poking at him in his head, poking him to like go finally do something. He's like taking care of his old mom. His sister seems like kind of a nag.
Yeah.
Like, I like. He's been the provider.
I love Catherine Hahn. She's always
she didn't play the same character she always plays. She played kind of a different character, but still kind of the same.
She's always so good as like a supporting character, and she steals.
She's kind of like a supporting, like, I don't know, just like airhead.
In a lot of the comedy stuff, yes. But her and Step Brothers, come on.
I watched her in some. Come on.
Speaking of, with Adam Scott, yeah, she's Adam Scott's.
Oh yeah,
in Step Brothers, and she's like, and she wants to John C. Reilly. She's like, do me now.
Oh like, yeah. She always plays that character because I watched the Christmas movie that she was in, and I was just like, you're the same character.
Oh, what Christmas movie?
I can't remember.
Was it the Bad Moms Christmas?
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay, yeah, because I was like, I know she's in that. I've never seen it.
I hated it.
It doesn't seem like something that the two of us. It's called Bad Moms Christmas.
Yeah.
Us two.
I was like, I hate this. And Antine's like, it's not for you. I was like, that's a fair argument.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
Regardless, I love Catherine Hahn.
I don't dislike her.
But I thought it was funny that she was. I will say I do think it's good that I like that she was there, but she wasn't there too much.
Yeah,
and stuff because that wasn't the point. It wasn't like this was a movie that. This is a drama. This is a dramedy. Growth. Yeah, this is a dramedy. This is a drama that had some comedy, not a comedy movie.
Yeah, it wasn't.
You know, there's some funny moments. Like again, all the eHarmony stuff we were talking about, Patton Oswalt. That shit was hilarious. Shit was so good. I genuinely laughed at like Patton Oswalt being on the phone with him, being like, come on, bro, like can't fill off this shit, dude. Like What are we doing here? Like, come on, bro. You're not gonna get any winks this way, bro.
You're gonna get winks
like,
from into Phoenix.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, you went to Phoenix? Fucking cool. Like, that all was hilarious to me. Like, honestly. So, again, there's some comedy, but it's mostly about like an old
growth.
man coming, like a midlife crisis coming of age, like kind of story. And I feel that, but I don't know. I just like, I do resonate with that bad quote a little bit about how it's like a perfect nothing movie where it's like, I get what you're trying to say. I vibe with it hard. It's a good lesson to learn. But again, I was engaged the whole time, and like, I'm gonna go on record. I'm gonna look straight in the camera right now. I have watched a lot of these movies and looked at my phone through these movies before I do an episode because they're that bad or they're that boring or whatever.
You watched this one.
This one, I never looked at my phone. Yeah. I was focused because it kept me interested. But by the end of it, I was like, okay, sure. Yeah, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't think I wasted my time.
Yeah. But and I agree with that. That's why it's an interesting one to debate.
Yeah, that's why I
don't think it's a clear, like, there are elements of the movie that are bad.
Yes.
Like I said, I can't stand the soccer thing.
Yeah, that's genuinely absurd. I honestly hadn't thought about that until you brought it up.
Yeah, it made me so mad.
Yeah. I was focused on just take the picture. Like, just take the fucking picture, bro. Like,
I get it.
But continue. I
was hoping that this is kind of different. The soccer really was like thing where I was like, damn it.
Like, wow, I can't be here anymore.
Yeah, the soccer thing happened. I was
We're done. Fuck you, Sean Penn.
It's going to be hard to argue. But yeah, it's true. It's like, I feel like the movie's kind of like a giant plate of spaghetti. And that's it. It's all carbs.
Okay.
I don't feel like there's any like protein to the situation.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing
that's a light meat sauce spaghetti.
It's not even meat sauce, it's Alfredo. Like, I don't know like where the
Alfredo spaghetti.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't see the
no protein. Damn. Interesting.
That's kind of how I view it. It's like it was delicious.
Kind of blowing my mind.
Yeah, it's like it was delicious.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. And then like 2 hours later, I'm like kind of hungry.
So a perfect nothing movie.
Kind of. But I think.
But you said you didn't like that guy's quote.
No, I don't think it's good because I don't think there's nothing into it. Because I think that if you're looking,
you get something out of it. Mwah, delicious. But then you're like,
kind of hungry. But
kind of need to hit that ice cream in the freezer.
Kind of, it's there. But then I think it's also like you got to look deeper. Like some other movies is like in your face.
I will say,
the protein.
See, okay, so I'm glad you said that because like
I like that you have to kind of think about this one.
They towed the line in this one of like you have to think about it / it's in your face like in such a weird way in my opinion. So like I guess what I'm saying is like, so going back to the Adam Scott's character, can't remember his name, but doesn't matter. He's a douchebag.
He does look really bad with a beard.
Honestly, yeah.
Like, and they make fun of it in that one.
Well,
he makes fun of it, but
quick sidebar. The fact that Walter Mitty is clean shaven, and then by the end of the movie, he has a beard too.
Yeah.
And all the douchebags who were like successful and loved their lives had beards and stuff. I was like, okay, all right, like, okay, let's fucking call. Like that was kind of like an eye roll.
I didn't even notice that.
Like again, that was like part of the like perfect nothing. Like all right. Well, it kind of ties into my point. Like towing the line of like you got to think about it a little bit, but you don't like the beard thing. It's like, okay, come on. The end of life post, like, this is what the cover is going to be. And he comes in and is like, no, I found it. And it's like, and like, here it is, like, blah. And he's like, oh, I haven't looked at it. And then they're like, him and the girl are walking at the end. And it's him, like, working on the thing at the, working on, like, photos in front of the Time Life building. Like, oh, to the people who worked so hard for this.
To the people that made it happen or something.
Exactly. Something along those lines. Like, I was like those two things are kind of really in your like the beard and the cover.
What's the thing with the beard? I'm missing what you're saying.
So with the beard, it was like literally. So Walter Mitty is completely like
until he gets back from the mountains, dude.
Razor shaved.
Yeah.
razor shaved, completely clean.
But it wasn't like
as bald as your head.
Yeah, it wasn't though. Like it wasn't that the entire time. I don't know why I'm like really fixated on the AMC gift card. That
Hey, AMC sponsor me, dude. Like fucking sponsor me. I literally am an A-list member and go to AMC exclusively.
You're also a shareholder.
I also am a shareholder. I can prove that if somebody wants me to prove it. Anyway, the beard thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, okay, my thing about the beard thing is...
Because it wasn't like he just suddenly had a beard at the end.
No.
Because the entire time he's gone.
It was... See, no, exactly. He hated Adam Scott and his cronies and stuff, but they had full... beautiful beards minus Adam Scott's. He does kind of look weird with the beard. Like, it's the only movie I've ever seen. It's the only time I've ever seen him with the beard.
It's not like it was like started down here.
Yeah, I mean, as a man with a beautiful beard,
like it started here. It like never. It was just like a chin strap.
It's just like for me as someone who loves Adam Scott and has seen most, if not all, of the stuff he's been in. This is the only time I've ever seen him with a beard. I was like
so tell me,
he's a piece of shit. Okay. So he starts clean shaven and then he goes on his journey and it's slowly growing out because he doesn't have time to shave because he's so busy and stuff like that. And it's like they're growing beards, Adam Scott and company. They're growing beards and they're nice and trim and like proper, fucking like even barber shopped, like, you know, like beauty shop, like crisp and clean and like as beautiful as they can be, right? His is grown and scraggly, and because he doesn't have time to shave.
Yeah, but he's not even hardly has a beard. It's like
I understand.
Deep stubble.
Okay, so but like he's growing into his beard. He had such a boring life. He had time to meticulously clean shave his face every fucking day, so he never had any stubble because that's what he was going for. Because he was I don't know why, but like I'm just gonna put it this way: he lived a boring life, so he didn't have any facial hair, so he was a clean shaven man, which is boring, I guess. Like, but he's growing his unkept facial hair and scrubble and stuff. So it's like he is growing a beard and becoming a confident, like, I know who I am, I can do anything I want to man, but it's not well groomed, it's just growing. And he's like, and I'll cut it when I want to, I'm too busy doing cool shit. Those guys, they wake up every morning and like snip, cut. And they're like, I'm a confident man, I'm an adult man, I can grow a beard. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like that. I felt like that was a thing, a part of this movie, like what was supposed to be like a subtle thing of like, he's clean shaven now. By the end, he's growing some scruff, he's growing some
Did Sean
beard.
Penn have a beard?
Like, he had a decent amount of facial hair. Yes. Like, he's like,
I feel like you're leaning into that more than
stuff.
More than is anticipated. I think you're going like English teacher method.
Probably, yeah. But like, I mean, I think in film, nothing is
everything
unintentional.
is there for a reason.
Yes.
Who's that lady that taught us? And
oh god, I don't remember her name because I blocked her out. But she's not wrong about that. Like,
nice person.
Terrible
but
teacher.
I did not appreciate that class.
Did not love her. No.
Did she give me a C because I didn't like the movie she recommended?
Yeah.
Oh, that was like what would piss me off. I remember.
What movie did she recommend?
Like something Window. It wasn't Rear Window.
No.
It was like our foreign film, and it was.
I don't remember what you're. Oh no, it was Cachet.
Yeah, it was.
It was Cachet, and there was like something with somebody saw something in a window.
Yeah, and I remember
and there was like something involved. I remember her. She said, because you were like, I played tennis. Like, she got Strangers on a Train for the American film.
Yeah,
and that movie slaps.
I don't even remember it.
Oh, so good. Hitchcock.
But I was literally like, I remember I was like, this is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really like the movie. This is why I didn't like the movie. And it was like a decent paper.
Yeah.
And she gave me a C.
Yeah.
And I was like, why did I get a C on this?
Because she didn't like.
She was like, it's a good movie. And I was like, but I didn't like it.
Yeah, but you're allowed to, like, there's literally people getting, somebody got paid from RogerEbert.com to say, I hated this movie.
Yeah, I was like,
which is like,
so you can't give me a C because you don't like my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, was the paper bad?
Oh, I feel you. You. She, I did.
Oh, dude, what was her name?
No, we're not going to say
teacher.
We're not going to say it. We can't say it.
Do you remember her name?
No, I don't. But
You're right.
Going to
but you know what I'm talking about.
No, I know who you're talking about.
God, dude.
Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch for sure.
Oh my God.
No,
that was awful.
but the film teacher, she for my paper, I had to write, it was for Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which I love. It's a great movie. And I like wrote a paper and stuff, and I like pointed out a scene. I was like, oh, in this scene, like the way the camera shot is, and like it's juxtaposed, like what he's doing and what's on the TV screen behind him in the background, and like what's going on in the foreground, like da, 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 da. And she gave me like points off. Like I got like an A on that paper, but I could have gotten 100% on that paper, an A plus instead of an A. But like her note was like didn't cite your source for this, and I like went to her and I was like, how am I supposed to cite my fucking brain?
And you're like, yeah, I am the source.
I was like, I didn't think you had to cite like I didn't have to put
Jacob,
Bab, comma Jacob
20
whatever
13.
fucking year it
Yeah.
was. Like I was like, and she was like, oh, okay. And then never changed the grade. And I was like, I still have an A, I'm fine. But I was like, I just want to let you know, I didn't look that up.
The scene
I
made me
thought
so mad.
I was like, are you kidding? I was like, you really have that little faith in your
How did we
students?
get on this though?
I was looking too deep into the beard thing
you're looking too deep into
in
the
your
beard thing.
opinion.
I don't think the beard thing means that much.
It just felt intentional. It just felt intentional to me as someone that
I guess
was
it's
laser
like-
focused watching.
He put. I guess you're right because I've never seen. I guess when you put that guy in the beard,
Mm-hmm.
maybe.
And well, it's like Adam Scott and his two cronies, big old full beards, and they're like talking on Major Tom, throwing shit at him and stuff, like all that, like like they're like bullying him and stuff, and he's like, now I can be confident in myself. I'm learning to be confident in myself. And what does he do? He goes in, he goes, fuck you, here's negative 25, run
I didn't
it,
even
I'm
look
out.
at it.
Oh, I haven't even looked at it, I'm out.
I
And
was
he goes,
kind of
hey
hoping-
girl, what's up, baby? Let's hold hands as we walk down the street.
Yeah.
That's where I come from with the beard thing. And for me, I was like, okay, like that. It felt kind of silly to me as someone who like started noticing like he's in Greenland, the beard is showing. He's in Iceland, it's getting bigger, and by the end, it's very noticeable. Like it just like it was something I like tagged onto. And so if you look for it, you can be like, his beard progression is noticeable and seems significant. Is my
I
point.
just don't think it is.
It might not be, but like
fine.
again, it feels like it.
That did not cross my mind during it. Because Patton Oswalt's very comfortable in himself and he doesn't have a beard.
Not everybody needs that kind of confidence.
I don't think Ben Stiller does either.
No,
Walter
Walter Mitty
Mitty does.
I was about to say. So what do you say? Ben Stiller's fine. Yeah, Ben Stiller's doing great. Watch Severance on Apple TV, dude. It's the best, dude. It's so good. You have to watch the show. We'll talk about it after. You have to watch it. It's so good. I'll give you my password. Fuck you, Apple. I'll share my password with you. Fucking watch it. It's so good. You're gonna love it. And Adam Scott's in it without a beard, so it's great.
Good. He won't be a douche.
Exactly. Oh, he's lovely.
I don't think that much about the beard. But anyways.
Well, what else you got? What else you got?
What else do I have? I don't know. I think the soundtrack's fucking great.
Okay.
The soundtrack is awesome. It is like I was thinking about this on the way here because I didn't want to talk about it, but we're gonna talk about it. Did you ever see A Walk in the Woods? About the book, what's his name? Bill Bryson.
No.
Okay, don't.
It's a Robert Redford and
Yeah.
that guy who's in a lot of movies as like
Yeah.
not the main character, but like is a good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I never saw it or read the book.
For some reason,
Doesn't he quit the AT?
Yeah.
Okay.
Old people love that movie. A Walk in the Woods. Old people love it.
They love it.
Oh, dude, they love it. They all love it. Like,
Interesting.
because the first, okay, so it's like A Walk in the Woods. We're not talking about A Walk in the Woods, but it's
No. It's all relative, dude.
It kinda
This is a
but-
stream of consciousness conversation about
I'm
the
trying not to
Secret
go
Life of
too far
Walter.
into this, but like, I remember like after
Nah,
I finished
hit
the
me
AT, I had some family members. They were like, "We gotta watch in the Woods. Like, it's hilarious. You'll love it."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, I read the book, or I read half the book in environmental science class or whatever.
Sure. Oh yeah.
And I should probably read that book.
At
Jones. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I we were watching it, and I was just like, this sucks. And
Loki
they
hate.
loved it. But it had the whole time it's got like that Lord Huron soundtrack.
Nice.
And it's like, oh, we're on an adventure, we're whimsical, blah, 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 blah.
An AT movie with Lord Huron. That's pretty dope.
It kind of like made
I like that.
the Lord Huron kind of like the AT thing. But it's an awful movie. It's bad. But then we were talking about Lord Huron was on the radio at work, and someone was like, it makes me think of A Walk in the Woods, and I was like, this is a terrible movie. And then the two old people that are like, that is a great movie. Robert Redford is hilarious. I only know old people that like that movie.
I mean, yeah, but Robert Redford's great, but
going back to it, and Lord Huron is also he's fine. I feel like the soundtrack for Walter Mitty is like the whimsical adventure, nostalgic soundtrack that the Lord Huron soundtrack wished it was.
Oh, so you think the Walter Mitty soundtrack did better?
Oh, way better
than that one.
Yeah, Lord Huron is fine, but it's bullshit. This soundtrack definitely added to, in my opinion, we're just going for it.
Yeah.
And it also had all the songs of nostalgic value.
Sure.
Any of those songs is and I do like music. I do like songs that are just they kind of have nostalgic air to them.
Of course, yeah.
But this was I felt well done. Nostalgic air.
I mean,
to it.
there's literally an entire one of his daydreams is Kristen Wiig, Cheryl singing, doing karaoke
Tom.
of Space Oddity.
Yeah.
Fucking ground
And
control.
that part was
was kind of whatever, but the song, I literally was listening to that on the way from work today to come here to do this, because I'm like, it's fucking David Bowie, bro.
Well, the Arcade Fire is a great addition into it. There's another one that's in there.
You know my opinions on Arcade Fire.
Dude, separate the artist from the music.
That is the song. That song that they picked is the right song for this movie.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not going to disagree.
I feel
with
the soundtrack just nailed.
Yeah, because we were talking. Justin was talking about it the other day. He was like, I fucking
we were in
love that
soundtrack.
soundtrack.
I was like, we're listening to the Walter Mitty soundtrack.
That's
what reminded me to watch this movie.
Was a great thing to do when we were in Joshua
Exactly.
Tree. He wasn't wrong about that.
Yeah, so it's kind of
I get that.
I feel the soundtrack for what the movie was trying to portray nailed it.
Yeah, I think the soundtrack definitely elevated it to, for me, the if the soundtrack was bad, this movie would not hit.
Yeah, I agree. I think yeah.
But again, but again, devil's advocate. Going back to that quote, a perfect nothing movie. It's the soundtrack's good, everything's working, but
I feel a perfect nothing movie is a cop out.
I mean, yeah, it's a cop out of a phrase.
Because you can say that about
a term.
Oh, how was hanging out with Jacob? It was a perfect nothing of a hangout.
Yeah, but
you can be like, wow, that must have been a great hangout.
Yeah, those are important.
Exactly.
Okay. I get what you're saying. I understand now that you rephrase, you put it in a different context.
I feel
I understand.
I feel it's a cop out of
I don't know.
Oh, I liked it, but it was kind of cheesy, so I don't really want to say that I liked it, because there are definitely things you can poke holes in.
I can't find the perfect way to put it, because you even admitted
I thought the flashbacks were cheesy, but I think they're supposed to be the daydreams.
Daydreams were ridiculous.
Yeah.
But again, that was part of the point, and I get that.
It's they were in my opinion, with it, you either have to have it be many, but short.
Yes.
Real quick.
Yeah.
And this was they were all medium long.
They were the Avengers one was way too long.
Way too long. And so was the mountain one.
And the mountain was way too long.
Yeah.
But The one with the first one.
was fine.
First one was fine, where he saves the dog, and it's like, oh, it's her dog and stuff. I was like,
what else is she?
that's funny. Kristen Wiig.
Yeah.
Multiple years on SNL.
Okay.
First of all,
you're right.
But then
Now
she's
you
in
said
a
SNL, I get it.
okay. Hard sidebar, but like I love this movie so much. Have you seen Masterminds
No.
with Zach Galifianakis and Kristen Wiig and Owen Wilson? Wow, that guy.
Yeah, I know Owen
And
Wilson.
and
It's like
Jason.
the most famous person out of the
Well, I was
list.
saying Owen Wilson to make sure that I had the right guy in my, like I said, the right guy. And then Jason Sudeikis. Have you seen that movie?
I want to say I think I have.
That movie is fucking awesome. It's about the guy who steals from the it's not Loomis, the people who like come to your work and like do this, the cash and stuff, and he like, they're like, yeah, steal like $20,000, and he steals like $1 million and stuff, like, and everything. It's based on a true story. That movie fucking rocks, and she's great in that movie.
I feel like I have seen that, but I can't remember anything about it. So
Just
I effectively haven't seen it.
Rewatch it.
Okay.
I rewatched it like honestly like last year for some reason. I think Austin was out of town, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking watch Masterminds. Like, why not? And I was like, this movie is a gem. It's not good, but it is exactly what you need.
A perfect nothing of a movie.
Yeah.
So is that a bad movie though?
Whoa. Holy shit.
That's the thing. It's like I don't disagree with what he's saying about it,
I'm in a corner.
but I don't know if that means it's a bad movie.
No, I didn't say. Yeah, like again, I don't know. I don't know what, because I did genuinely come out like, again, I know I'm like, the whole point of this podcast is like, I'm supposed to take a position. You're like, I'm going to defend it, and I'm like, okay, so I'll attack it and stuff. But like, I genuinely would say,
No,
like,
it's bad movie discussion tonight.
I know, but like, that's the whole point of the podcast.
Yeah, I get it.
Like, I genuinely did come out of it being like, okay,
Yeah,
I get it, and for me, it was like, it wasn't bad. It was interesting enough to like keep me focused on like some other fucking dog shit I've had to watch for this show. But I just like I immediately stopped thinking about it.
yeah.
Immediately
And that's the
stopped
thing I was thinking.
caring.
It's like, would
Like,
if someone
I don't
was
know.
like, what'd you do last night? I wouldn't be like, dude, I watched See Your Life, Walter Mitty.
Yeah.
It was so good.
With my wife.
Yeah.
She loved it. I thought it was all right.
Like,
yeah.
They're like, what did you do last? Like, I watched the movie and like whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like, and like, I don't expect every movie to be like life changing or
Yeah.
anything, but like, I just was like,
would you
wish,
recommend it?
I think people should watch it. Yes,
I think it's a good message too.
I think people should watch anything we talk about on this movie. Like,
Dude, there
on
are
this
some movies
show.
that I will not watch.
Nah, everybody should watch Reign of Fire.
Dude, I wish I didn't.
Fucking watch it.
I wish I didn't.
Yeah, it was not good.
I watched first half of that and then turned it off. And then we ended up
And then
watching
we
it,
watched. You were like, yeah. That was so funny that you were like, I guess we could do this. Yeah, that was funny as fuck.
Big mistake.
Yeah,
too
horrible
bad.
mistake. We were very bored. But regardless, I just feel like everybody should watch this movie because they get their message across,
I think it's a good message.
and it's a good message, and it's an important message.
Yeah.
And people should live by that message. I think people should just start.
Yeah.
People just start. Just do
start
it.
doing what you want to do.
Just do it.
Whatever the idea
But-
of who you think you want to be, start doing the things that person would do.
Exactly. But I just like, I literally have only ever thought about it for today. I watched it
Soundtrack's really good though.
Monday night. Did not think about it at all on Tuesday.
Yeah, it doesn't stick with you.
And then thought about it today as I was listening to Space Oddity on the way home to do this podcast. I mean, on the way to the studio, the 10-foot studio that Neil was talking to us about. Hey, get off your phone, PA. We're going to have to talk. But like, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like even really bad movies and really good movies, I like think about and I'm like, man, God, what a fucking piece of shit movie. Or I'm like, damn, that movie was dope. It like comes up, like, you know what I mean? Like this one I'm just like completely neutral on. And so for me, I feel like it's like, that's not good. I love bad movies. I love bad movies.
That's the thing. Though.
I spent 2 hours.
You're saying it's completely neutral. That doesn't mean it's a bad movie. A C is a passing grade.
I understand, but like I spent 2 hours today at work talking to my coworker about a absolute dog shit fucking horror movie my sister and I watched in like middle school.
Yeah.
Because it just came up in conversation and I was like, oh man, that movie was crazy. I'm gonna tell you all about it. And I like told her all about this fucking movie for like 2 hours, and she like watched the trailer and she was like, what the fuck is this? This is insane. This is horrible.
But you like bad movies.
Yeah, but I love bad movies. That's what I'm saying. Like this movie was like, if someone was like, have you seen The Secret Life of Walter Mitty? I'd be like, yeah, the soundtrack is good. You should watch it, I guess.
I would be like, yeah, it's worth watching.
Yeah, but like if they asked me anything more about it, I'd be like, just watch it. Like, you know what I mean?
But just because you don't want to talk about it nonstop doesn't mean it's a bad movie.
No. But like for me, like that's like, you know me, I like to talk.
Yeah.
I literally made a podcast because I like to talk. Like so it feels weird
I think
to me.
This movie is the perfect movie for this podcast.
If it was called Bad Movie Discussion.
I mean, sure. But like, it is one of those movies where it's like, I don't necessarily think it's a, like, I'm not like, this is a great movie.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, it's bad, awful movie. It's not Rain of Fire.
I mean, yeah. It's not Rain of
Like,
Fire.
it's not that. It's
not Rain of Fire. It's not Citizen Kane. Am I right?
It's better than Citizen Kane.
All right. We are going to do an episode.
Dude, can we do a Citizen Kane on bad movie debate?
We can do it on Bad Movie Discussion.
I will tear that thing up.
Okay, so we'll talk about this
I'll leave
later.
that movie. I'm gonna be so pissed when I watch it again. I'm like, dude, that movie's so fucking
just
good.
like with Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
You're like, holy fuck.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
exactly.
That movie's great.
Oh, I am locked and loaded on that one.
Oh,
so
God.
you just let me fucking know.
I've got a million things I can talk shit about that.
Oh, rewatch it.
Because you're gonna be like, well, it's the first time it ever happened. Like, who cares?
You have no idea. You have no idea the shit I have packed for
Yeah,
that one.
probably will get schooled.
We'll get there. It'll be a while since Nick's currently on, so I gotta spread out the guest, but we'll get there. But like, I don't know. I just feel like, I guess at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say.
Do you actually think it's bad though?
No, but I don't think it's good,
And I'm with you on that.
and I hate that.
Yeah, I feel like it's a
Which makes me
stalemate.
want to go like it's 49% instead of like true 50. Like if we're looking at like if we're looking at 100%, like I watched it and I was like, it's 50%.
I think the scores are honestly a very accurate depiction of the movie.
I mean,
like
yeah.
if you're gonna look at it on like a movie critic level,
I'm shocked it's a 7.3 on IMDb. I thought this would be a 5.0 right in the middle.
I thought
like,
that on IMDb, like it'd be more like a 6.1.
people loved it.
Yeah,
In my opinion, that means people watched it who are boring as fuck and don't have anything to put in their don't have anything to put their eHarmony.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know.
It's the perfect. It's exactly what the reviews are. Like if you're looking at it on the aspect of like, okay, like let's take a look and let's not think of it as a movie as entertainment. We're gonna be like, this is art.
Yeah.
Then like, yes, it's gonna get bad reviews. Like the like overdone like daydreams, the like plots is not really like continuity. Like the soccer thing really ruined the whole thing for me. Like honestly,
so you were all in, and then almost damn near the end of the movie, you lost it.
Yeah, I really did lose it. Like I really liked the
it's a bad movie.
the longboard down the thing.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I low key looked up like. I was like,
you can go really
I think I'm
fast.
gonna buy a longboard.
Really fast. Oh, and also,
like, I think I'm gonna buy a
Do
longboard.
a kickflip on a longboard.
No, that seems
Super hard.
But I
did
as someone who
think it was
doesn't know
awesome.
anything about it, I was like, that seems weird.
Yeah, I'm sure someone can do a kickflip on a longboard. The longboard that was specifically in that movie, yes, maybe you can do a kickflip on it, but not a stereotype longboard. And I used to skateboard.
Yeah, don't get it twisted.
I thought the funniest thing was when she was on the phone. And he's like, "Oh, dude, can I see your skateboard?"
Oh yeah,
he just shreds.
See, but like,
that's awesome.
That was something that was like kind of frustrating for me. I was like, so he genuinely is like, that's real. That's happening. That's not Daydream.
Yeah,
because we're seeing it from in a third party perspective. Like she's in the foreground, he's in the background doing all this cool shit, and she's missing it and stuff. Like, and so like that's like as the viewer, you're like, oh wow, like he's good with her daughter or like her son, whatever. And I'm like, that annoyed me because I'm like, why isn't that on your eHarmony, bro?
That you can skateboard?
That you can like, that you used
because
to skateboard.
Because the dude's 40 years old. You put in your eHarmony, you're a skateboarder at 40? No, dude. Yeah, I'm
not a skateboarder, but like used to be into the scene. He used to have a mohawk.
Nah, dude, I'd leave that out too.
I don't know. It bothered me being like, it just bothered me being like, this guy has skills besides his fucking job.
Not really.
I don't know.
Dude, being able to do a kickflip is not a dateable.
He didn't do a kickflip. He did so much more. He did a bunch of other crazy shit that I do not know the names of because I literally could not be on a skateboard for more than 10 seconds before I fell off. So I don't know.
But yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's like, okay, you're looking at it as like this artistic, Citizen Kane bullshit.
Sure.
You're like, yeah, this movie sucks. If you're looking at it just on like an entertainment value, I want to watch a heartfelt, like dreamy movie that like kind of gives you that Wanderlust vibe. That's the exact movie to watch.
Sure. But I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know.
I think it's a fine movie.
A perfect nothing movie.
It depends on what you are. I think it also depends on the mood and what you're going into trying to watch a movie.
It was a perfectly fine mood. I was excited to watch this because I knew because you had seen this before.
Yeah, forever ago.
And I remember you were like, yeah, it was a good movie. And then Justin literally on Sunday, the day before I watched it.
He was talking about soundtrack.
I mean, yeah, but he was like, oh, I love that soundtrack, dude. That movie like slaps because the soundtrack is so good and stuff, which he's right. It does. But I don't know. I wouldn't say, again, it's so hard to put into words.
Out of 10, I give it a 6.7.
I'd give it a 5.0.
So right in the middle.
It's not good. It's not bad.
Just a movie.
It's a perfect nothing movie. Like,
yeah, it is a kind of a solid description.
Some of my favorite movies are 0.2 out of 10 because they're just so bad. You can like laugh at them with a bunch of people, like get some drinks and like be like
I'd rather watch a nothing movie than a genuinely bad movie though.
Well, again, depends on the context.
I guess that's a preference.
Like do I want to watch like I don't know. Like, okay, so the movie I was talking to my coworker about today, it's called Drive Through. It's this horrible horror movie. And stuff. Like, do I want to watch that by myself? No. It would be so fucking dumb. The villain, But
you can watch this one by yourself and get a great experience out
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like
not a bad movie.
I want to watch that one with fucking Drive Through with the killer slasher masked killer is Horny the Clown is the name of this fucking killer. Do I want to watch that movie by myself? No, you want to watch that with a group of people because it's absolutely insane. It's so ridiculous. And all you want to do is just crack jokes with your friends while you watch it and stuff. Like, but I love those kind of movies. But like this movie, I watched by myself and I was curious. Like, it's fine. I don't know. I don't know how to put it. I don't know what to say. I do have one thing I want to say though, real quick.
Get to it.
That's completely off base of what we were talking about. And we're going to talk about The Matrix a little bit.
Okay.
But it's relevant to this movie. I promise.
Okay.
So, when he gets to Greenland, Walter Mitty, as soon as he gets there, he goes to the
red and the blue car?
The red and the blue car.
Ah, he took the red pill.
He took the red pill.
Nice. That's great.
He chooses. I literally was like,
I know that's intentional. And that's awesome.
I was like, is this the Matrix right now? And I was like, let me double check. And like I Googled and it was like, okay, yeah, the red pill is the one that like wakes him up and like tells him what's going on. I was like, I don't want to get it twisted.
That's hilarious.
Like the blue pill is the one that makes you go like back to sleep and you just don't even know what's happening. He was like, Keanu Reeves could have been like, no, I'm good. And like, but like he takes the red car. Cause I was like, looking at those cars, those little Fiats, I was like, the blue one looks nicer. He should take that one. And then he takes the red one. And I was like, wait, red and blue. He takes the red. Hold on. I looked at it and I was like, there's no fucking way that's not.
That's intentional. That's 100% intentional.
And then what happens after he gets that car? He starts fucking living his goddamn life.
That's good.
Like, and that was dope. but I still think it's a 5.0.
Wow, dude, that's a great movie. Yeah, that's awesome.
Like,
It's deeper than other ones.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's
I
good.
thought
It's
there
good.
was a like definitely intentional Matrix like decision in that fucking. He's like, oh, do you have any cars left? And he was like, yeah, I've got blue and red. And he was like, I'll take the red. Like,
That's good.
it's pretty wild.
I like that.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, we should end there. That's solid. That's really solid.
We should end there.
I'm curious to see what people think.
I am very curious to see what people think. I don't think I can get past the 5.0. Like, I don't think
Out of 10, I'm at like a 6.5.
yeah, I really hope when I put the like the poll up on Instagram, like that it's just straight 50-50. That would make me very happy. Cause like that's what this movie is. It's just a straight 50-50.
I don't know.
It depends on how you feel about it.
The red and blue is hilarious.
It is hilarious.
That's really good.
That's
a good call.
I was like, I can't not mention that
I
because
would've never.
I again engaged in the movie. I paused it, Googled, looked it up,
Do you want the
went on an entire like
pill?
rabbit hole of the Matrix like and stuff, and it was like, okay, you took the red pill. Whoa. Came back to the movie, and then but by the end of it was like, okay. Instead of the end of the Matrix where you're like,
Yeah.
this is amazing, you know? So it is what it is. I don't know. So what, 6.4, 5?
6.5.
It's worth watching.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. I think you get out of it what you want. Like you said, like context is important.
Yeah, I think it's a good like winter time. I feel like I'm stuck in a rut. I want to watch a feel good
Yeah.
travel movie.
Yeah. If you want to see beautiful locations in a movie, this is the movie for sure. Like
good.
it's beautiful the entire time,
Yeah.
but like,
And it's
I
just
don't know.
hilarious that it's Sean Penn.
it's
I was
so funny.
I was cracking up when I was
When
like,
he-
"That's
when-
fucking Sean Penn."
when he's like, oh, I'm trying to find Sean, and he's on the fucking plane, strapped in
Yeah.
to the top of that plane to go shoot the volcano.
but you
eruption.
didn't know it was Sean Penn until the very.
You didn't know it was Sean Penn,
Yes,
but the fact that
so
fact that
funny.
you were like, the guy he's looking for is on this shitty little plane driving towards a volcano, and he's just like standing on top, strapped in by his feet, to take photos. I was like, all right, like, I don't know. That was another one of those like, all right, but then he won't take a fucking picture of a fucking snow leopard. But he'll do that. I don't know.
I get it.
Oh, that wasn't a good enough moment for you, bro. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Is it good or bad? I don't know. I'm gonna go with this. Nick gave the thumbs up. I'm gonna go
It's more of like
2
a-
thumbs up. It's like a what is it in Spanish? A C. Like yeah, it's not. It's not bueno. It's not mal. It's a C. Yeah, let me know. I'll put that shit up on Insta. Follow on Insta and TikTok because apparently that's not gone. Whatever. YouTube. At Bad Movie Debate, all lowercase. At Bad Movie Debate Pod on TikTok. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just well, I don't know. I just follow me on there. Like, thanks for watching. Like,
Thanks for the beer.
I don't know. Oh yeah, of course. Dry January.
It's a damp January now.